Have a last-place team, but he still knows strategy. Calling for the squeeze, executed perfectly by Mike Bordick. Scott Heeman scores. It's 4-0 A's. What about Dave Winfield? 0 for 2, not 0 for 3. The opposite way off Bobby Witt. That's home run number 21. But that was the only hit Winfield would get in this game. As for Mr. Witt, he had his stuff working. He had 2 putouts in the 9th, including that one on Scott Stahoviak. Twins win at 7-2. Witt goes the distance with a 6-hitter, 3 RBIs for Craig Paquette, and RBI double for Troy Neal. Now, about Big Dave. With his 453rd career homer, Winfield not only moves into sole possession of 18th place on the all-time list, but getting some nice defensive help with, the guy in right, Jay Buhner, the shoestring off of Chad Curtis. Top of the 4th, M's get some offense this time. Dave Valley getting the job done, putting the M's up 5-1, 4 RBIs on the night for Mr. Valley, off of Mark Langston yet. Then in the top of the 7th, the kid, Ken Griffey Jr., teeing away off John Farrell. He goes the opposite way. Is that deep enough? You know it is. Into that humongous crowd. 41st homer of the year. 101 RBIs, 10-1 the final. Griffey Jr.'s 2 RBIs puts him over the 100 mark for the 3rd straight season. Now get this, the 5th player ever to do that before their 24th birthday. The other 4 are Hall of Famers. One
with soreness in his right arm. 90-minute rain delay. Then George Tomer, remember him, the sod god, said it's okay to play. Kevin Apier in command, but his catcher wasn't. Joey Cora strikes out. Mike McFarland throws it in the right field. Again, Ozzie Guillen strikes out. McFarland the throw, bounces it again into right field. But in the 4th inning, McFarland at the plate, he would make up for it. Takes Tim Belcher deep to left. That's number 20 on the year for him. So the Royals up 1-0. In the 4th, Felix Jose with 2 on, deep to right. The only question, will it stay fair? It does. Hooks around the pole. Royals up 4-0. They win it 9-0. For Apier, 2-hit ball over 7 scoreless, his 5th straight victory. The Chi Sox have been shut out 13 times this year. 2nd place, Texas, 3.5 back going in, hosting Cleveland. Rough night for Mike Hargrove's Tribes. Juan Gonzalez, well, guess what, folks? This is number 44. Check out the fan. Neat grab, barely had to move, had a good seat for it. 5-0 Rangers, and the Rangers again cruising, bottom of the 7th, now up 11-1. Dean Palmer says, hey, this looks like a lot of fun. Gets into the act, his 29th, so the Rangers win it by a score of 12-1. 4 of the 16 hits for the powerful Rangers were long balls. Mesa allowed 9 runs on 9 hits and 5 innings of work. So in the West, this is starting to get serious. The Chicago lead down to a puny 2.5 games over hard-charging Texas. Kansas City did the Rangers and themselves, really everybody else, a favor. The Royals stand.
And Ryan Sandberg on first. That's Derek May hitting it down the line. Sandberg goes all the way. Here he comes, the slide, and he's in there, but Sandberg dislocates his ring finger. Cubs were up by 2 into the bottom of the 9th. 2 out, 1 on. Randy Myers pitching to Mark Carrion, and Carrion just sort of bloops one up there in center. Watch Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa has no clue on it. Todd Benzinger comes in. The Giants within 1. Randy Myers ending it against Steve Hosey for his 45th save. And Dusty and the guys go down to the Cubs 6-5. The first win for the Cubs at Candlestick. Greg Hibbert didn't walk anyone in winning his 13th. Scott Sanderson blasted for 8 hits in 5 2/3. For the Phils, looking good, striking out 6, trying to get a win after no decisions in 6 of his last 7 starts. In the 2nd, that is rookie Bobby Jones. 2-2 on the year, facing Lenny Dykstra, and Dykstra comes through with his 58th RBI of the year, 173 hits for Nails, fills up early. Then look at Butch Husky robbing Mariano Duncan at 3rd of a base hit. As for Tommy Green, a complete game shutout, his 2nd of the year, and his 14th win of the season. Phillies 5-0. Nothing like a series at Shea to stop the sweating. Dave Hollins chipping in with 2 hits and 2 runs scored. By the way,
and 2nd inning, Danny Tartable facing Jamie Navarro. Looks like a sure hit. Well, look at Robin Yount. Can still go get him with the best of them. Closes on a baseball right there in right center. Scoreless in the 3rd inning, 2 men on. Wade Boggs takes Navarro the other way. Mike Gallegos scores. Yanks go up by a score of 1-0. 3-0 Yanks in the 6th in the middle of a storm. Darrell Hamilton singles off of Jimmy Key. That would score Juan Bell, the only Brewer to advance past first base against Key. 3-1 Yanks, then some more rain. Another delay, 1 hour, 5 minutes. In the 9th inning, Lee Smith comes on, gets Juan Bell swinging with 2 on and 2 out. His first save as a Yankee, and the boss likes it, and why not? So Key matches his career high with 17 wins. Maybe more importantly, he is 10-2. The O's got the John Dobson early. Second inning, no score. Harold Baines. This one is not coming down until it hits the screen. 1-0 Orioles. In the fifth, 4-0 O's. Bases loaded for Mo Vaughn. And Vaughn rips the single to right, and here's the comeback. Bob Melvin, Scott Fletcher score, so it's 4-2, and that would be all for Arthur Rhodes. Later, sixth inning, Mark Williamson on, runners on second and third. Scott Fletcher rips it up the middle. Cal, the nice grab, that saved the run, but wait, after a walk to Mike Greenwell to load him up, Tim Naehring gets the single. Carlos Quintana and Bob Melvin score, so the Sox take the 5-4 lead, go on for the 6-4 win. So the O's blew the 4-0 lead, leading manager Johnny Oates to say, it doesn't matter if we were up by 4, 9, or 15, the game is over. We just have to do the job. He means in game 2 of the series on Tuesday. Tim Naehring, by the way, 15 hits his last 29 at-bats. So here's what it looks like in the East. The Yanks jump over the Orioles in the second. Now a game.
Jim DeShays didn't make it out of the second inning of his last start, and he got creamed again tonight. Darren Lewis going back. He's trying to size it up, but Derek May's ball will fall through. Remember, he's got no arm. So the Cubs circle the bases. They knock DeShays out in the fourth, and Jose Bautista did the rest. He also got knocked out in the second inning of his last start, but Barry Bonds' slump continues. He's got just 1 RBI in September. The lone Giant run came on a Royce Clayton homer. The Giants have now lost 7 in a row. Their ERA is near 6 during that span. The Cubs have won 10 out of 12. The team the Giants are chasing, the Braves, opening a series with Cincinnati. Braves in first at home for the first time since April 13th. Tom Glavine, who dominates the Reds, got ripped by Juan Samuel. He's 13-4 lifetime against him. I can tell you that while this ball rolls into the corner. And the RBI king, Dave Justice, tries to play some D. Rafael Belliard takes the relay. Here comes Juan Samuel. The throw to Pendleton, and he is meat. Glavine did the rest. Braves led 2-0. Bobby Ayala sweating it out because he's facing Ronnie Gant with the bases loaded. Gone! A grand slam, the first regular season grand slam of Gant's career. It also sets a career high with 34 RBIs. He's got 134 home runs, 104 RBIs, and the Braves body slam the Reds 10-3. They've won 8 out of 11 against Cincinnati. They've won 10 of the last 12.
Expos get 5 in the third. It's 5-zip. With the lead, 8-1, Mark Whitten starts a comeback from the right side, then from the left. The first Cardinal did a home run since Ted Simmons in '79 from both sides of the dish. Bottom 9, 2 outs. Cardinals threatening. Here comes Rondell White. And they are feeling it. Total of 29 hits in the game. Several guys with big nights. Grissom, a couple hits, 2 runs, 2 ribbies. Cordero, 3 hits, 2 ribbies for the Cardinals. Jeffries, 4 for 5.
But they were winning this game as well when Lou Whitaker let it go right through the wickets. Tony Fernandez brings home 2 and gives Juan Guzman the lead, and Whitaker gets it back. A 3-run jack. Fryman had also homered earlier. Tigers led 5-3 on that upper deck poke. To the third, the rains open up. It's pouring, and so is Fernandez to the deepest center field in the majors. Well over Dan Gladden. Carter, come on, let's go. They tie the game at 5. They take a 6-5 lead in the 9th, and then off Mike Henneman, Fernandez continues to terrorize the Tigers. This 9th inning home run gives him 5 RBIs against the Tigers for the second time this season. He's 11 for 24 against them with 13 RBIs. Guzman has now won 5 straight. The Jays even the season series. Time on this road trip, another cool night. How about some cream for that coffee? Danny Tartable takes Ricky Bonas deep to left. His 30th makes it 3-0 New York in the opening inning. Well, how about a little sugar for that coffee? Check out the D. Mike Gallego playing the hop, turning 2, and something stirring. Something you don't see every day. The deep fly by Randy Velarde. Darrell Hamilton, by the time he can catch up and turn. Paul O'Neill has scored. Here comes Bernie Williams. He's going to come in, and they scald the Brewers. 12-5. Tartable was 9 for 56 coming in. Broke the game open early, and Paul Gibson picks up the win. Danny Darwin getting that fingernail checked out. It had cost him a miss his last start, and here Ripken is out, but he knocks Bob Melvin out of the game with his aggressiveness. Already, Baltimore was up 2-0. Melvin needed 3 stitches. The Red Sox needed a rally, and the hit dog provided it. Mo Vaughn curls his 25th home run around Johnny Pesky's pole. Sox took a 3-2 lead, but this would be one of the nights when Danny Darwin was giving up the long ball. Chris Hoyles for the second straight night. Harold Baines homered for the third straight day. He also had a 2-run shot. They've won 8 out of 9 on the road. Fernando Valenzuela's first win in 6 weeks, covering 9 starts. Plagued by the long ball, Darwin is now 3-10 when Mr. Gopher pays a visit with an ERA near 5.
As for putting out the fire, Ozzie Guillen was trying to start his own. It's Beret on the hill, and he gets some help from his D. Felix Jose, Greg Graybeck to his left, and he gets him. Top 2, 1 on, and it's the smoking gun. Guillen to right, and Jose is in, and now he's going out. It goes to the wall. Calderon scores. It's a triple for Guillen, part of a 4-for-5 night. 2-0 Sox. Royals come back 3-3. Bases loaded. Belinda to Ivan Calderon. It's fair down the line. Gene Lamont thought about pinch hitting George Bell for him. It was a good no call as the bases are empty. Sox up 6-3. How bad did it get for the Royals? That's Gold Glover Greg Gagne, and he couldn't even catch the fan. Sox win it 5-5, 8-3. Frank Thomas hit a double, tying shoeless Joe Jackson's team record of 74 extra base hits. The White Sox are now 40-30 on the road. That's the night. Game 18. Doc doesn't seem too upset about having to check out for the season. Bottom 6, 2-1 Phils, 2 down, and Eddie Murray. Kevin Stocker boots it. Would the Mets make him pay? Well, Dave Gallagher a base hit. Next batter's Danny Jackson walks Chico Walker, so they're loaded. And Jeff Clark Kent to center. Lenny Dykstra is in, and he lets it get by him. 3-run score in the play, and the Mets take a 4-2 lead. The 2 errors kill the Phillies. Jackson and the Phils lose. Jackson said afterwards, "I've been making good pitches. All that crap keeps happening," referring to the errors. Everyone is talking about the 64 slide. That season, the Phils led second-place St. Louis by 6.5 with 12 games to go and lost 10 straight in the division. The Phils have lost 6 of 9, and when
Piazza, you better watch. It could happen.
My ultimate ESPN Sports Center highlight would go something like this.
The 1-0. And Piazza drives it well, deep to right center field. It's got a chance, and it's gone. Mike Piazza sends it deep to left field. Forget about it. He's got another home run.
And somewhere in Philly, my grandma has one of her spells.
Because he has just set the all-time rookie record for homers by a catcher with 2 in the game, 30 for the season. That breaks Matt Noak's record. Mark McGwire had the all-time record with 49 as a rookie. At Joe Robbie, Carlos Garcia hit Chris Hammond's first pitch out. No one.
And that's Kenny Rogers, who's won 6 of his last 7, down 1-0 in the 4th. Randy Moose Milligan, one of 5 Cleveland doubles, 2-0 Indians. How about Bell in the field? Gary Reedus tried to tag from first. Why? The ball and Baerga are there waiting. And Mark Clark on the hill. Rafael Palmeiro chases the heat. A career-high 6 strikeouts, tying a career-high. 2-0 the final. Clark hasn't given up a run in 14 innings. Rogers, a hard-luck loser to the Tribe. It was his 4th complete game of the season, but he's 0-3 against Cleveland. Mariners hosting the Angels. Tough defensive night for the M's. Stan Javier up, nearly gets the ump. Runners were on the corner. Griffey comes up with it. Salmon scores, and the throw gets away, so Turner is allowed to go in. Point up to the plate. Final score in the game, Angels 9, Mariners 2. The Mariners had the best fielding percentage in the majors. They commit 4 errors. Salmon's 34 doubles breaks the team record.
As Dave Winfield is now 3 hits shy of 3,000. The Minnesota native involved in this slugfest, but most people were watching rookie Kurt Abbott with a high fly ball of Eddie Guardado, and it's gone. His 3rd home run in 10 big league at-bats, and then another thrill for the Rook. His first major league putout off the bat of Chuck Knobloch. As for Winfield, he was playing the field for a change. No DH tonight. Look at him leaping. The spry guy at 41. But he went hitless. He did not get a run with a sacrifice fly, but he's still 3 shy of 3,000. After just 12,000 showed up Monday with Winfield 4 shy. 21,000 were in the Metrodome Tuesday. Winning 6 of 8, the A's are within 2 of the Twins for 6th place. With about 17 games left to play, disciplinary action could affect some pennant races. Last Monday, George Bell got brushed back twice and ended up charging Aaron Seeley. He not only got taken out later by Mo Vaughn, but now he's been suspended for 2 games, although, of course, he's appealing, as is Phillies infielder Mariano Duncan, who was either incensed that Frank Castillo was throwing at him or upset that the Phils could no longer face him once he was thrown out of the game. Pending suspensions for both would be 3 days pending.